A new update just dropped in iRacing, and in this video we're going to be gathering our first impressions of what the new content is like. Let's get into it. First up on the list of new things we're going to give a try, we're going to try the Porsche Cup at Miami, because of course they completely overhauled the Porsche Cup, so now it also has traction control and it has ABS, so it's going to be different to drive. It's going to be easier to drive is what I've heard. Now the update literally just dropped as I'm recording this. I am a little bit sick, which is why my voice might be a little bit cooked and a little bit off. But therefore I still want to try the new content and give it all a little whirl around the track. So we also have Miami, and to be honest, this one's a track I've really been looking forward to. I think it's a really cool addition, and I think with the right combo of like car and track, this could actually be like a lot of fun to try. I don't have any frames on it though, holy crap. Now you probably all know Miami from the F1 calendar where it's featured and it's made a huge spectacle, but in F1 it almost seems like too big of a track. Oh my god, what was that save? Okay, we need to talk about that as well, but let's talk about Miami first. It's a very like not a light track because it's very hard for F1 cars to follow, but I think if you put proper cars on here, it could actually be quite a lot of fun. Now let's talk about the new Porsche Cup we're driving, because that save I just had was absolutely ridiculous. You could not have done that in the old Porsche Cup. You would have probably spun it into a wall like a long time before that. Now what have they changed with the Porsche Cup? Of course there's the assist that's been added, so ABS and traction control, which as I said is going to make it easier, but also it's been overhauled in the way it grips up, in the way it sort of works, and already now you can sort of feel it as I run completely deep into this corner. That's just me not knowing the track, but already now on the outlap with that massive save I had, you can already feel the difference, because the old Porsche Cup was it very easily punished you way too much. Like the slightest slide and your tires would be cooked and your lap would be messed up and all that kind of stuff. So this is definitely a cool update. I'll give it a couple laps and I'll tell you what my actual first impressions on it are. Now right off the bat, the Porsche Cup car is like way more drivable to me. Just the big slide I had, a couple of, you're fighting the car a little bit more and you can actually sort of manage to grip in a way. Before you were very much under driving it, just trying to make sure that you didn't over push the car. You tried to keep the tires alive, but this car already feels more lively in my opinion. You can also use the brakes more to sort of rotate the front. It's a step up with my initial impressions, but of course once we really get to drive this car, do more laps in it, you get a better feeling of it. But right off the bat, I might even consider giving this car a chance now, which is big because I really didn't like this car previously. Anyways, let's give it a quick shot around the other new track, which is Adelaide. Now, we're here at Adelaide, which to be honest, I've never really properly driven this track. I drove it like once in R-Factor, but that was like ages ago, so I don't really remember where this track properly goes and how it works. But of course, this is a very famous track because it's been used in F1 for many years. That was more back in the days, in sort of the 90s, is of course where there was that infamous collision for the championship that's actually in like 2 corners or so. And also nowadays it's used more for supercars and stuff like that, which is going to be really cool because we're going to get like the Adelaide 500 and stuff, I believe, on the schedule, on the iRacing schedule as well. So we're going to have 2 supercar special events a year now. With like the Adelaide 500 and the Bathurst 1000, and I also hope it's going to be used for like other kinds of officials, like the Porsche Cup or something, because this is a really well-known track, and also from what I remember, quite a fun track because it's very unique, it's very bumpy, and it's really quite tight. And also look at these curbs, they are massive. Oh my god, I don't even know. Yeah, like you probably want to go around them, that's how big they are, or you want to try and find a way to sort of navigate them. Here it's very tight as well. Like, it's a super tricky track, but I think once you really like start to learn all the details, all the exact angles, the curves and stuff like that, I think it can be a really rewarding and fun experience, especially in like a tricky car like the Porsche Cup, which now you're like fighting to sort of keep the grip alive and stuff like that. And over the first curbs here as well, if you build a setup that like just takes these curbs, you can just bonk and we're just jumping over them. That's a slowdown though. It's a good job. But I think it could be a really, really rewarding track. I'll give it a couple laps. Oh, we're starting to sweat, man. Holy. Into the fast king here. That's not flat out in the Porsche Cup, though. It's definitely not. Now, if you're enjoying the videos like this, make sure to hit the subscribe button. Today, we're just checking out this track in this car in the Porsche Cup. But in the coming days, I will be uploading videos where we do some races, have some fun with these combos, meme a bit around, see if we can get some good racing on them, and also checking out some of the other new content. So make sure to subscribe if you haven't already. I'm a little bit sick, but to be honest, it's fine. There's new iRacing content, so we gotta be on here to record this bit. and just check it out, because I like checking out the new content, even though I'm not feeling the very best, but it is what it is. I don't know if you can hear it in my voice. I've been saving my voice all day just to try and make sure that I had a voice left to record these videos. Oh, I didn't ever slow down. Good job, Marcus. Now, in all honesty, I kind of like the changes they've done to the Pcup. I think it's going to be more used. I think it might end up growing the community of the Porsche Cup series and cars, because now it's going to be more easy for people to get into. It's going to be more entry level. Like, it's not going to be as difficult to start racing Porsche Cup as what it was before. And the skill gap is also going to be smaller, so it might be even closer competition now. I think this could be a good thing. I know a lot of people are sad that they've sort of taken away the challenge of driving without the driver aids, but honestly, in my opinion, I don't mind it as long as the car actually drives better, which in my opinion, it definitely feels like it does. It feels like there's more flex in the tire, you know. It definitely is a better driving experience in my opinion, even though you now have driving aids. I can't stop getting slowdowns in that stupid corner. My god. Now, I really am hoping to see a reflection of this new updated Porsche Cup in the actual way the community grows and likes it. I'm definitely going to give this another shot. I've not driven this car for a long time, but I definitely want to give it a try and see how this car properly handles once you really start to push it to its absolute limits. You know, it won't be long before people really start getting a proper feeling of it. I'm already starting to get a decent feeling of this car now, and I can tell you, I definitely think it's an improvement. So if you haven't driven the Porsche Cup for a while, you should definitely try and go back to this new version, because it is a lot of fun. Now, if you did enjoy these quick first impressions of the new content, make sure to hit the subscribe button. I definitely do hope you enjoyed. Make sure to go check this content out yourself, and I will see you guys very, very soon in another video. We're on the grind. We're going to release a couple more videos, and I'll see you very soon. Bye!